One more thing is helping other people. We can be kind to other people who maybe don't have a lot of friends, or they're having like a really tough time, like even just going up and saying, hey, are you okay? That could change their entire day or their week or something. And that's a really big positive, showing kindness, because you never know, you could be the one who changes their life and could help them like come to Christ, and you can have that satisfaction of knowing, hey, I helped them through a tough time, which is awesome. So my last and final point is the challenges of having integrity in everyday life. What do y'all think some of the challenges are?
I think a really big challenge that we face is we get afraid of what people will think of us, especially at school and stuff, like for all of us public schoolers. We get afraid of what people will think because it's like, you don't want to not have friends, because I know for me it's like if I don't have those friends, then I can't share the love of Christ with them. But at the same time, it's like if I am sharing the love of Christ with them, I'm afraid that they're gonna like not want to hang out with me anymore. Like, I don't really have that problem completely personally, but I know that a lot of people I know do, so that's a big issue.
The same else.
Well, ultimately, I do. Ultimately, it kind of goes back to what Rachel was talking about last night on value and virtue, and just, where are you finding your identity and your value? Do you value, what God thinks of you, or do you above what others, think of you? And so, if you're really, putting all of your confidence in, in what other people think of you, that's ever going to be changing, because there are so many people. Not everybody agrees on everything. You're always going to have opposition or or encouragement. I mean, it's ever shifting. It's not, as you said, with integrity. It's not consistent. It's not stable. So, but if you find your value in God, His love is ever changing. He will always, it's ever, everlasting and unchanging. I think one of my favorite verses in the Bible is in Malachi, where it says, I, the Lord God, never change. And so everything, in the Old Testament, the way He treats the Israelites with compassion, and even when they mess up, He still loves them, and just the way He ultimately showed that love, with Jesus dying on the cross, that, He, forsake Jesus on the cross and stuff, but to show His love. And so if you put all your confidence in that, then what people think of you won't be as important compared to what God thinks of you. I'll get off my soapbox now.
Off of what you said, and off of what I said earlier, a way that I know I guess God has helped me to help myself energize me more for doing things for Him and for living a life of integrity for Him, is by reminding me that, if we do if we base, like you said, and I'm guessing Rachel said last night, if we base who we are and what we put our trust and our faith and all that stuff in, if we put that on someone that never changes and loves us, we're not going to get disappointed. Things might happen to us in this life, but it's only because there's sin in the world and life is crappy sometimes. But if we put our trust in these other things, there's no guarantee that we're not going to get hurt even more than we need to. And that, kind of ties into what I was saying earlier, because it's we are scared that even though we are trying to live this life of integrity for God, and we're asking God to help us, these people that we're friends with, that we need to stay friends with so that we can minister to them because we know they need Him. If we just trust God and just go out on a limb every once in a while, or more than once in a while, obviously, but if we trust God and we go out on that limb, even if we think there's no possible way people are going to listen to us because they don't listen to other people who say this kind of thing, if we're putting that integrity, or if we're putting that trust and faith in God so that He can give us that integrity, He's going to fulfill it through those people, because those are the people He wants us to talk to. So, that was my little piece.
Thank you, guys. Okay. So, like I said earlier, what are some of the challenges having integrity in everyday life? Some of the things I thought because from personal experiences, and y'all can tell me if you agree with me, being judged, rejected, made fun of. I don't know if y'all have experienced some of that by showing your love for God and integrity. And nobody wants any of that. I mean, like, I don't want that. I don't want to be made fun of or judged or anything. But you know what? It doesn't matter because God is always with us. And He will always be there for us. And He's like our best friend. So we should, it's really hard, but we should try not to worry about that stuff. Like, it's extremely hard. And I'm going to tell y'all a personal story about me when I was young. When I was especially in middle school, about my 7th grade year, I struggled with this so much. I was two completely different people. I was a different person in church than I was in school. I would act a different way around my friends than in my youth group, which was not a good thing, because we need to, like I said earlier, we need to be the same person. We need to be someone who's living for Christ all the time, 24/7. And I learned that about my 8th grade year. I started to change, and I started to see that the way I'm living isn't right, and I need to change. And I don't know if some of y'all have struggled with that or are going through that, but I hope that y'all will really listen to what I've said today and really get something out of it, because y'all shouldn't feel bad, because almost everybody has struggled with being two different people, inside church and outside church. I mean, like, I've even struggled with it in my younger years. So it's not something to be ashamed about. And if you even want to talk about it, you can talk to any of us about how you can do that, how you can live for God and just be the same person. Because it's something very difficult to do because of the rejection and being judged and being made fun of. It's very hard to do. It's a very hard struggle. So, in my conclusion, I want y'all to remember my catchphrase. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I'm loving it.
Yeah, I'm loving it. Does anyone remember what that means? Yes.
It means that, like, if we have integrity, we love showing others God, and like, so the ba-da-ba-da-ba, I'm loving it. Like, it means that we're loving, showing others our love for God and telling God how much we love Him and all that other good jazz.
That's right. Yes, what I wrote down, I'm loving it, meaning integrity, because having integrity is a way of showing our love for God. So, and remember the verse, Luke 16:10. I'm going to read over it one more time real quick. He who is faithful in a very little thing is faithful also in much. And he who is unrighteous in a very little thing is unrighteous also in much. So that's Luke 16:10. And I just want to let y'all know real quick, if any of y'all want to talk to us, me, Deborah, Claire, or Rachel, you can come talk to us anytime during the day, maybe about what you learned today or something you want to change or do differently. You can come talk to us anytime, and you will definitely not be judged or made fun of or rejected. We will listen to you. So that's all I have to say, and I want to, do we have the video? No? Doesn't work?
Well, I didn't want to, like, try to fix it with you. Oh, gosh, my computer's at risk right now. Fix it while you were talking because it was distracting, but I can give it another shot now.
Let's see if our video.
Don't clap. I don't know.
I was
what's
meaning
gonna
her, actually.
happen.
I was going to clap for you after the
Yay, Rebekah.
Oh,
I don't. This is gonna take a minute to see if it will.
Alright, well, while we're waiting, let's pray real quick. So, dear God, I just want to thank you for all of these girls today. And I just want to pray that if any of them have any questions or they want to talk about anything, that they will come to us and talk to us, because we want to hear from them what they think. And I just pray that you give us a good rest of the day. Amen.
Amen.
Should a prayed one.
Down.